The Sahara, which covers much of North Africa, including Morocco, is the best-known desert in the world. But how much do you really know about this famous scene? The Sahara is home to a variety of wildlife that has evolved to survive in one of the most difficult environments on Earth. Desert animals include cheetahs, gazelles, ostriches, foxes, and lizards, as well as camels and goats. The extremely venomous sand viper and the death scorpion are also other dangerous creatures that make this place their home. It was recently announced that researchers have made a surprising discovery in the Sahara Desert that will change everything you previously believed. What have researchers found beneath the eye of the Sahara? The Sahara, the largest hot desert on Earth and the third largest overall, covers approximately 9 million square kilometers, occupying almost a third of the African continent. Surrounded by the Atlantic Ocean, the Red Sea, the Mediterranean Sea, and the Sahara Savanna. The Sahara extends across 10 countries and the Western Sahara. The desert is known for its sand dune fields, but it is also home to other terrain and a diversity of life. The region has revealed ancient artifacts that show a more prosperous history in the past. Archaeological exploration in the Sahara has revealed important discoveries, such as the ruins of the city of Garamantes in Libya, built by ancient Garamantes who depended on underground tunnels for water. Although the Sahara has been the scene of mysteries and disappearances over the centuries, current technological advances have allowed us to reveal more information about its past. The Sahara has also been affected by meteorite impacts over time, leaving craters and generating sheets of green glass. The Camel crater in Egypt and the meteorites scattered in the desert are examples of these cosmic collisions. Alien green glass from these impacts has been used in ancient objects, such as a breastplate in Tutankhamun's tomb. Although there is still much to discover in the Sahara, technological advances and interest in its history continue to shed light on this enigmatic desert region. The Sahara was not always a desert, as the boundaries of the sandy areas have changed over millions of years due to climate changes. Scientists are researching the history of the Sahara and have discovered evidence of an ancient river carved into an underwater canyon off the coast of Mauritania. This indicates that the world's largest drainage basin originated in the Sahara. The fluvial sediments and remains of this river support the theory that the Sahara had an aquatic presence in the past. A recent study reveals that in the past, the Sahara was home to enormous marine animals, some of which were giant and terrifying aquatic monsters. This discovery, supported by evidence, shows that the Trans-Sahara Siwa, a prehistoric body of water, flooded areas of West Africa between 150 million years ago. For 2 decades, scientists studied soil and fossils in Mali to better understand its prehistoric environment. They discovered that an ancient warm, shallow body of water was home to 12-meter sea snakes and 1.5-meter catfish, with the largest catfish measuring 160 centimeters. At that time, there were numerous top predators, such as crocodiles and giant snakes, in this prehistoric ecology. This ancient body of water, known as the Saharan Inland Sea, connected regions that are modern-day Algeria and Nigeria. The isolation of this body of water may have reduced the presence of predators and ensured constant resources, allowing the species to spread uncontrollably. This isolated environment may have promoted selection for gigantism in aquatic species, similar to that observed on terrestrial islands. The Sahara has undergone a significant transformation since those days of aquatic life. In the past, the desert was home to giant creatures such as the Macromosaurus rex, a 9-meter-long crocodile that is the largest carnivorous dinosaur discovered. This marine crocodile lived in a large lagoon that extended into the Tethys Ocean, where it hunted fish and sea turtles using its enormous head and powerful bite force. It is also possible that it fed on the bodies of other giant animals that lived in that area. Aquatic life forms are being discovered in the Sahara because the desert is so inhospitable that paleontologists can walk freely through eroded places and obstacles. Spinosaurus is the largest known carnivorous dinosaur. It lived about 95 million years ago and was larger than the T-Rex. It had unique adaptations such as a bony sail on its back and is considered the only known semi-aquatic dinosaur. Another group of fossils found in Morocco allowed for a more complete study of the Spinosaurus, as the bones from the original discovery were destroyed in World War II. Its long, flat legs and high nostrils indicate its adaptation to water. The sail on his back must have been impressive to ancient people who lived near bodies of water. In the Sahara, the largest human burial was found at the site of Gobro in Niger. During 2 years of excavation, around 200 skeletons were discovered, revealing 2 periods of occupation separated by more than 1,000 years. Objects found, such as arrowheads and bone jewelry, indicate that these people probably hunted in nearby bodies of water. Although some burials were unique, such as a man sitting on fragments of turtle shell, there is still much we don't know about their lives and deaths more than 100 million years ago. An explosion in the Sahara gave rise to the enigmatic Sahara Eye. This phenomenon formed when molten rock caused limestone to collapse, forming a rock called a breccia. As time passed, erosion completed the process, creating the Eye of the Sahara with its concentric rings. This geological marker stands out in the middle of the sandy desert. The Eye of the Sahara has generated intriguing theories, such as the possibility that it is the site of the legendary Atlantis, a civilization described by Plato. Similarities between the structure of the Eye of the Sahara and epic descriptions of Atlantis have sparked speculation. According to the narrative of Atlantis, this advanced civilization suffered a tragic end due to its arrogance and conflicts with the Athenians, amidst wars and natural disasters unleashed by the gods. Atlantis sank into the sea and disappeared forever. These discoveries in the Sahara continue to challenge scientists and remind us that there is still much to learn about the history and geology of this vast desert region. The Eye of the Sahara is an impressive testimony of past geological events and invites us to reflect on the mysteries and legends that still exist in humanity. The Eye of the Sahara, visible from space, is like a large target and began to emerge when the supercontinent Pangaea broke apart. Different types of rocks, such as carbonates and black basalt, are embedded in the eye, similar to the rock formations in Hawaii. Although the origins of the Sahara Eye remain a mystery, its presence in the desert fascinates scientists and explorers alike. Plato used the story of Atlantis as a parable to convey his ideologies, similar to how the movie Avatar warns about racism and corporate greed. Atlantis was described as a land divided into zones of water and land, an arrangement that coincides with the Eye of the Sahara. Today, the adjacent mountains were considered sacred and symbolized the divine. The rivers and water lines that cross the eye can be seen in satellite photographs. Ancient artifacts such as ship hulls and surfboards have been found both inside and outside Richard's structure, estimated to date back to the Atlantean era. Although Solon and Plato were respected for their integrity, the history of Atlantis has been the subject of controversy. Surprisingly, on Wikipedia and other sources, pages related to Atlantis, the Eye, King Atlas, and the god Poseidon are blocked. This raises questions about the omission of this generally accepted belief, much like the city of Troy, which was considered a myth until its discovery. More evidence needs to be considered before stating with certainty that the Eye of the Sahara is the site of Atlantis. I hope you liked our video. I invite you to subscribe and activate the bell to find out about each new video. Until next time.